On January 5, 2026, the CIA refused to confirm even the existence of any records regarding the interstellar object 3I Atlas, using a level of secrecy normally reserved for nuclear submarines. Just weeks before, NASA had told the world it was definitively a comet. Case closed. So why would the agency that handles secret Cold War sites go silent about a space rock? That's not how the system usually works. And the contradiction opens up a bigger question that no official seems willing to answer. On January 5, 2026, a formal letter arrives from the CIA. The wording is precise. The CIA can neither confirm nor deny the existence or non-existence of records responsive to your request. This formulation is known as a GLOMAR response. It has roots in the Cold War and is historically reserved for secrets involving nuclear submarines and clandestine operations. The timing is impossible to ignore. Just 7 weeks prior, Nikki Fox, NASA's associate administrator, stood before reporters and declared that 3I Atlas was definitively a comet, with nothing in the data to suggest otherwise. One agency offers certainty, while another refuses to even acknowledge interest. The question hangs in the air. What would cause the CIA to treat a space rock with the same silence as a covert operation? The contradiction is not subtle. When one branch of the government says everything is normal and another blocks information, it's hard not to wonder what's truly at stake. John Greenwald Jr. has spent nearly 3 decades forcing open government vaults, one Freedom of Information Act request at a time. His website, The Black Vault, now claims to hold more than 3 million pages of declassified documents, everything from Cold War spy programs to obscure NASA memos. In 1996, Greenwald filed a request with the Defense Intelligence Agency about the Hale-Bopp comet, a celestial event that sparked intense speculation at the time. The process took 2.5 years, but eventually, the Defense Intelligence Agency did release a heavily redacted, but still released intelligence report. The precedent is clear. When someone asks about a comet, even one surrounded by public frenzy, the usual answer is acknowledgement and heavily redacted disclosure, not absolute silence. Greenwald summarizes it bluntly. This doesn't prove anything, but it is intriguing. If the system has worked this way for decades, what is it about 3I Atlas that requires a different playbook? 20 different instruments were employed to observe 3I Atlas, including the Hubble Space Telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and the spectrophotometer for the history of the universe, Epoch of Ryanization, and ICES Explorer. Yet, the public record felt strangely incomplete. The government shutdown in late 2025 delayed data release for weeks, leaving a gap that fueled suspicion. When the images finally arrived, some of the sharpest were disappointingly low resolution. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which passed within about 20 million miles of the object in October, produced images so pixelated that amateur astronomers were quick to point out the irony. Backyard telescopes over 200 million miles away were producing clearer pictures. One observer, quoted by Space.com, noted that the shutdown created its own complications, not just for science, but for public trust. The result was a patchwork of data, some of it world-class, some of it unimpressive, all arriving with enough delay and ambiguity to keep the full story out of reach. The question is not just what the data shows, but what might be missing. 4 characteristics of 3I Atlas stand out even to astronomers used to oddities. First, the anti-tail, a jet of material stretching over 400,000 kilometers, points toward the sun rather than away from it. This is not an illusion or a trick of perspective. Multiple observatories confirm the same structure before and after perihelion from different angles. Next, there is the enigma in the spectrum. Nickel vapor clearly appears, but iron is absent. In ordinary comets, these metals emerge together in roughly equal amounts. Here, the ratio is closer to what one would find in certain manufactured alloys than in any natural sample. The water content is another outlier, about 4% by mass. This is far below the icy composition expected of a typical comet. Finally, 3I Atlas's trajectory approached to within 5 degrees of the solar system's ecliptic plane. Statistically, the odds of this happening by chance are about 2 in 1,000. Each anomaly in isolation could be a coincidence. Together, they resist easy explanation. Avi Loeb, the Harvard astrophysicist, known for challenging consensus, sees the CIA's silence as more than bureaucratic caution. He suggests that intelligence agencies may be quietly assessing whether 3I Atlas is a true black swan event, something so improbable, with such large consequences, that it requires a classified look. In Loeb's view, a GLOMAR response is the cleanest way to keep any extraordinary investigation out of public view. On the other side, planetary scientist David Jewett argues that all the anomalies so far fit within the wide range of what nature can produce. Jewett points out that comets are unpredictable and that rare features do not automatically mean something unnatural. Some analysts, meanwhile, wonder if classified satellites observe details the public did not. The debate is not just academic. The clock is ticking on how much more can be learned before 3I Atlas disappears. February brings the first data from the European Space Agency's JUICE spacecraft, a rare outside perspective. By March 16, 2026, 3I Atlas will pass Jupiter, a last chance for close observation. After January 2027, it fades beyond magnitude 24, out of reach of even most professional telescopes. The question is, what will we know before the window closes? When agencies answer the same question with silence and certainty, the real story is not just in the data but in the gap. Sometimes what is withheld changes everything. What do you think? Thanks for watching. While you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Click on one of the recommended videos on the screen for more incredible information. See you there.